I'm a dire Chiefs and Cyclones fan, and the Chiefs running backs are doing this every day to excite Chiefs fans. I'll talk about what that is right after this. My name is AJ Cole. Welcome back to Cyclone Kingdom. Week 1 of preseason is in the books for the Kansas City Chiefs as they fall to the Los Angeles Rams 20-12. Let's react a little bit to it and the takeaways that we have, because the Chiefs running backs are exciting us again. For the first time since Kareem Hunt, the Chiefs actually have a competent running back room. And not just one. I'm not just talking about Kenneth Walker. I'm talking about everybody else. So what exactly are they doing every single day to excite Chiefs fans? They're running to open lanes. What a concept. They're running through the hole that's given. They're not running to the backside of people. They're not trying to make chicken salad out of chicken crap. They're trying to make the right play, the smart play, work smarter, not harder. Kenneth Walker, Emmett Johnson, Brashard Smith, hello, putting in some work in that preseason game. Emmett Johnson and Brashard Smith, we can just talk about them for a second, because Kenneth Walker only played 1 snap in the preseason game. We know what he's capable of. We don't need to see preseason snaps for that. But Emmett Johnson and Brashard Smith are providing value and depth to a running back room that has been flipped upside down in the most positive way possible. Guys, if you think about last season, if you think about Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire and who else? Samaje Perine. I mean, it was a disastrous running back room. Kareem Hunt was in there for short yardage stuff. I love you, Kareem. But it is completely different this year. Completely. It's like a completely different team. It's like a completely different room and a completely different vibe because of Kenneth Walker, but also because of Emmett Johnson. He's making moves and making jump cuts and sliding side to side in ways we haven't seen a Chiefs running back do since Kareem Hunt. He's bringing us back to shades of Jamal Charles and Priest Holmes. I'm not saying he's those guys. Calm down. But what I am saying is that he's providing different skills in that way. You saw him literally slide through the hole. Slide through a lane and get extra yardage. I saw a stat, I think shout out Price Carter, who's been on our show for this stat. The Chiefs had 0 10-plus yards runs, or 1 10-plus yard runs last season, total. And Emmett Johnson had 1 in the preseason game on Saturday. That's how bad it was, guys. However much we value Patrick Mahomes, we don't value him enough for what he's done with a less than ideal running back room. Brashard Smith's been doing it too, guys. He provided the Chiefs with some shocking plays on Saturday. He's taking under center snaps on a normal run, not a toss, not a reverse, not a jet sweep, and he's making something out of it. He is giving the Chiefs another option on third down. He's giving the Chiefs some depth. God forbid Kenneth Walker gets injured, because all I've heard about is Kenneth Walker's injury history and blah, 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 blah. Brashard Smith can provide you something now. I no longer just see him as a special teams guy. By the way, like and subscribe for all Chiefs and Cyclones content. We're finishing up our Chiefs position preview on Thursday, given our special teams preview. But Brashard Smith, I don't believe is any longer just a special teams guy. I could see him being a part of the running back room, because Marty Mercado right now is running back 4. From all accounts and bases, I know the unofficial depth chart says this and that, blah. In the game on Saturday, Marty Mercado was with the 4th-string guys with Garrett Nussmeier. Emmett Johnson and Brashard Smith were getting all the 2s and 3s carries. Is that something or nothing? I'm just saying. Cyrus Allen proved why he's going to be wide receiver 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. I said what I said. I didn't stutter when I say that. I didn't confuse myself by saying that. Cyrus Allen will be wide receiver 1 for your Kansas City Chiefs in 2026-27. I've seen so much still, and I'm not even going to go into it because I've already said my piece on it, but I've seen so much still about Rashee Rice being wide receiver 1. If you look around the room, if you look around the league of what wide receivers are supposed to look like, Rashee Rice doesn't look like that. And we can blame the knee injury, and we can say he's not fully healthy, just wait till he comes back all the way. It's not just his knee. He's out of shape. He's out of shape. And Cyrus Allen is the guy that you need to turn to in this wide receiver room because Tyquan Thornton can take you over the top. Now we hope the strained hamstring is just that and that he's going to be back soon because hamstring injuries are not something to take lightly. Just ask Keenan Allen. Xavier Worthy. He's been battling through different injuries in the past couple of years. People forget his rookie season. He balled out. People forget the Super Bowl that nobody watched, including me, in the second half because it was a blowout. Xavier Worthy had 2 touchdowns against the Eagles in a big game. Say it was a blowout, say it was garbage time, whatever. He still caught a 50-plus yard touchdown pass. He still has the ability to be a number 2 in this offense. Rashee Rice fits in the 3 or the 4 spot, but he's not wide receiver 1 because if you watch Cyrus Allen, you've seen exactly what he's about. Going up top in the game on Saturday against the Rams and catching a ball. Climbing the ladder, man. The guy is super, super talented. What else do we see from the defense? Peter Woods didn't do this. He didn't make a difference. He didn't... Guys, Chris Jones, Cyrus Tonga did not play on Saturday. Peter Woods was doing everything by himself. He was having to kind of conjure up different things against the 2s or even the 1s that were in there for the Rams. Wait till you put him next to Chris Jones and people got to handle both of them. I think it could be a completely different story. I'm not worried about Peter Woods. Jeffrey Bassa made some plays. Shout out my guy. Is it Bassa or Basa, by the way? Because I'm hearing 2 different things. Let me know in the comments. I love Jeffrey Bassa. I love what he brings to the linebacker room. We talked about it in our position preview. We've linked it here in the notes. I love what he brings to the linebacker room because Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquil can't do everything. Jeffrey Bassa, I think, can, potentially. And I might be hyping him up way more than we should, but I think he's got the capability. As we talk about the linebackers, I'm not going to talk about that all over again. But I love what he's doing with the Chiefs. Monster Lane finally out of pads. He didn't play on Saturday, but when you look around in the quarterback room, you saw Noel Williams make some plays. You saw Christian Roland Wallace throughout training camp making some plays. He was in there a little bit, if I remember correctly, on Saturday. But the guy that really stuck out was Jaden Hicks. I mean, he provides something to the secondary that the Chiefs have needed, which is a guy that replaces Brian Cook and fills that role and can play a majority of the snaps. Jaden Hicks now gets to step into that spotlight in a way he wasn't able to last year. So I'm super excited for him. Christian Fulton was out there a lot. He was out there and making plays, making tackles. Good on Christian Fulton. I think that if he's healthy, if he's right, could he be CB3, CB4? Very, very likely. Very likely considering where L'Jarius Sneed might be at in his health recovery, considering Monster Delane might have some growing pains in the NFL, considering Noel Williams, yes, he's really good, but would you use a game to figure out against the Raiders or the Dolphins early on to figure out who is CB2? I'm just saying. I want Noel Williams to be CB2 as much as the next person. Just as much as I want Monster Delane to be an all-pro and a superstar so we can stop talking about potentially how bad of a draft pick it was to trade up and get that. I would love to stop talking about that. Until that point, you got to have a Christian Fulton. You got to have a Christian Roland Wallace. You got to have a L'Jarius Sneed to provide that depth for you. Patrick Mahomes obviously didn't play. Justin Fields, Garrett Nussmeier made some plays. Jake Briningstool made some plays. Jared Wiley. Could he be tied into? I mean, there's a lot to like with what we saw from the preseason, guys. We don't factor in wins and losses. Any knowledgeable football fan, any football sicko, if you will, knows that. It's all about development. Right? I coach middle school sports. It's all about development. You want to win the games as much as possible, but you're trying to prepare them for the next level. You're trying to prepare them for the next thing. So who are guys to watch out for as we go into week 2 of the preseason? Because there's a lot of position battles still up for grabs. There's a lot of guys that you're just very unsure of. I want to see more from R. Mason Thomas. He provided so many flashes of it on Saturday. If he can string together multiple weeks in the preseason, look out come week 1. Look out come the regular season. Because he might be everything that we thought, everything that we want him to be, and more. I'm so pumped for him. I want to see if Emmett Johnson can replicate what he did in week 1. Because if he can, he's now your change of pace guy. You can forget about Amari DiMercado, throw him on kick return or whatever. Emmett Johnson has got the goods, man. He just does. I love everything about him. I work with a guy who's a Nebraska fan, and we're talking about him all the time. I love everything that Emmett Johnson is about and his work ethic, the fact his family comes to the games, and they're just super involved in Chiefs Kingdom already. He hasn't played a single regular season game yet. But let me know your thoughts about the Chiefs' first preseason game against the Los Angeles Rams. What did you like? What did you not like? How are you thinking about the Chiefs going into week 2? There's only 3 preseason games now. There's no longer this 4th game that's unnecessary, which is super exciting. The Chiefs are finishing up training camp this week as we're recording this. And so after that, they will be at Arrowhead in Kansas City, prepping for the season, prepping for the 3rd preseason game. But there's a lot more to come with them going to the Bucs on Saturday for week 2 of the preseason. And we'll get it all covered for you here at Cyclone Kingdom with our in-depth analysis and reactions to everything Chiefs and Cyclones, of course. So let me know in the comments down below what you think so far about the Chiefs. And if you're an Iowa State fan, chime in as well. We got more Iowa State content coming your way. I appreciate you guys more than you know, making sure you like and subscribe for all Chiefs and Cyclones content. And as always, roll clones. And how about those Chiefs?